Hey, what's up? Welcome back. Let's see. Making sure we get some audio. All right, what's up, Thrilligans? How's everyone doing today? I'm back. It took me a couple days. Work out some of the kinks. Hopefully, I'm pretty sure actually we won't have any of the crashing that we had on Monday. And if this works out super well, then we'll keep doing it. For you guys who didn't show up or who got cut off, I'm live on Twitch now and YouTube, same time, 10 o'clock Eastern, hopefully till about 2. Today's going to be a little shorter though, and I know that I'm already late by quite a bit. I'm going to be on only for about an hour. See a problem here? Arg. Yeah, so I'm going to be on for about an hour, maybe a bit less. Just wanted to pop in, maybe get started on a new book. And I also wanted to, once again, good morning, Lisa. Once again, I'm still figuring this out, guys. Like, I know I streamed a lot on Facebook before, but I haven't done it on Twitch or on YouTube. If you like those platforms, please join and follow me there. I'm Author Patrick Logan on pretty much everything from Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitch, all that jazz. I also fixed the, I want to say, aspect ratio. Like, I didn't realize that when I'd been streaming it was all stretched out because I have an ultra wide monitor and it looks perfect on mine, but I fixed it now so everyone who has a normal monitor or probably using your cell phone, you get a less elongated version of me. Maybe it was better that way. Maybe I look fatter now. Who knows? Who cares? I also wanted to say, for those who weren't here, I want to once again recommend a new book that I am enjoying that is written by two of my friends here. I'll switch over. Hold on a second. There we go. And it is, of course, First Girl Gone. So absolutely killing it at 158th in the store. I don't think you guys realize how hard it is to get a book that high in the store. And I think it hit 16th overall, which is insane, especially considering that a lot of the top spots are not reserved for Amazon books, but Amazon is the master marketer of the universe right now, and they basically send out emails about their own books. So they have their own publishing company, or imprint as it's called, and so those ones are almost exclusively at the top. So to have this accomplishment is amazing, and it really speaks to just their ability to write and killing the game. So, like I did the other day, I tried to give away free books. You guys don't like free books. I only got a couple requests, but whoever types something in the chat, next 5 people, I'll send you a copy of the book, all digital. So all you gotta do is DM me your email address. That's all I need. I don't need anything else, just your email address. And if you're following this, you probably already gave it to me. It's in my mailing list. I'm gonna send out another mailer, give you guys some updates. Amazon, like I said, is being super lenient with some dates, pre-order dates. So I'm gonna move some stuff back. Thanks for the like, Nolan. And so we should have some stuff coming out by the end of the month for sure. And very special a very special session is gonna be Friday evening. Time is TBD. I'll put it on the Facebook page, but I'll have a guest that will join me live, hopefully without any more technical issues, and we'll chat a little bit about, I don't know, a book or two. All right, that's it. That's everything out of the way. All the nitty gritty. I think I'm gonna start a new book today. As you can tell by the image here, Adverse Effects is on the docket. For you guys who are new, this is how I write. I dictate into my microphone, which is just off camera here, and the words magically appear on the screen. I start with absolutely nothing. Actually, not true. When I open this file, because I started the file a long time ago and I didn't get to the book yet, I had this one note: Chase getting a tattoo of a butterfly. I have no idea what it means, but I like the idea, and given her history with butterflies and how that affected her family, excuse me, I'm going to definitely put it in somewhere. Who knows? Again, tons of spoilers. If you haven't read Painted Ladies or any of the other Chase Adams books, you might want to tune out, or you might want to, get a glimpse of what's happening in the future for you guys. I'm going to start today. I have this idea for the book. It's called Adverse Effects, so there's going to be some drugs involved. This time, not of the variety that Chase usually partakes in, but more of the clinical variety, although, as you'll see, there is a fine line between the two, and often both of them can be used interchangeably to numb pain, and that's what Chase is all about. So, what's up, Ida? You're magic. I'm not slurping. It's actually super hot. When that loading screen was up, I was going to get the coffee. I gotta turn the mic gain down so you guys don't hear that. What do you guys think about the new graphics? Pretty snazzy. All right, no more delays. Oh, thanks, Leanne. Boom. Can't wait to read something new for you. Yeah, well, thank you. And books are coming. As you guys know, you guys who followed the stream a couple months ago when I did all of Strawman, you know that one's done. Tommy Wild 3 has been written and completed. Just going through the editing process. So I'm hoping to have those two out by the end of the month. And then Adverse Effects very closely afterwards. Depends how this writing thing goes. I'm going to do about an hour today, maybe a bit less. Just get my feet wet. Just a tip, get the tip wet. Oh, God. I'm going to be banned on YouTube before this even starts. Just get the ball rolling, and then hopefully I can put some heavy words down on the page in the coming days. That's always the hardest part. For me, the hardest part is starting a book. It's about doing graphics for the live stream instead of actually putting words on paper. But once I get going, as you guys know, watch my other streams, can't be stopped. Thanks for the like, Leanne. I'm just checking some stats here. Make sure my computer doesn't get overwhelmed. as I was saying last on Monday, I built this new computer and it's a beast. But when you have the stream software going, Dragon speaking, and Scrivener, it actually it crushes the CPU and music, because I'm gonna definitely. Give me a moment, guys, so I get some music going. Same as last time, just some. Actually, there's some lo-fi beats. Let's do that. Gonna make sure that I can play this without getting smashed by copyright laws. Oh, okay, you guys got it now, I think. Let me know if you can hear the music. Nice and low. Okay, this is what I'm playing. Lo-fi geek. All right, so it's going to take place about 6 months or so after Painted Ladies, maybe a bit longer. Haven't decided the timeline yet, but it's going to take place considerably longer after. For you guys who don't remember, in Painted Ladies, again, spoiler alert, what happened was at the end, Chase didn't know, after her sister was murdered, after she captured Dr. Crook, the butterfly killer, again, and he was killed, and after what happened to Stitz and the unfortunate circumstances there, and he definitely left the FBI. She wasn't sure if she was ever going to be in the FBI again. She has lots of money from her poker playing. She has some really good friends that also help her out, Stu Barnes in particular, and she has now she's in charge of Little Georgina, and so that's kind of where she's at, and she doesn't know if she's going to go back. But there will be a particular case that will draw her back, and that's what I'm going to write about now. I was going to write the prologue first. The prologue is going to outline kind of the crime, but I think I'll start with Chase first, just get in the groove, and then I'll go back and write the prologue. Chapter 1, new paragraph. The drone slid through the mid-afternoon sky, a gray streak in the otherwise blue expanse, period. It started up high, its small 4 propellers making a soft whirring sound that could be heard only by the few birds that curiously came to inspect the device, period. One particularly nosy raven came in close, and then the drone dipped in the opposite direction and started to lower itself rapidly towards the grassy hill below, period. The raven squawked, banked left, and then flew away faster than it had flown in to investigate, period, to paragraph. The drone came dangerously low to clipping a small shrub, comma, before righting itself and then flying at a level pace about 3 feet off the ground, period. It moved at a good clip, comma, not its maximum speed by any measure, comma, but good enough so that the grass was blurred even with the high-resolution camera mounted on the front, period. It rolled up and down with the terrain, comma, keeping the same distance between it and the ground below, comma, banking hard left only once to avoid a small sapling that hadn't been there the last time it had taken this route, period to paragraph. When it reached a field of daisies, comma, and lifted up even higher, comma, the camera staying pointed at the ground, comma, surveying the white flowers that moved with the breeze of the combined airflow from a calm breeze and the off-put of the propellers, period to paragraph. It continued this way for a good 2 minutes before banking up, comma, slowly rising even higher, comma, its camera still aimed downward, comma, surveying the scene with a more of a landscape view, period to paragraph. And then it stopped, period. It hovered in midair, comma, the way that drones can only do, comma. Its camera gimbal completely the gimbal that held the camera, making sure that the image was completely steady despite the small deviations that the drone made to maintain its current altitude, period to paragraph. And then she came into focus, period to paragraph. Crouched on one knee, comma, inspecting one of the daisies which the drone had just flown over, comma, was a girl in a soft blue dress, period. She had orange ringlets, comma, that spilled to her shoulders, comma, ringlets of the same hue that her mother had once had when she had been a girl, period to paragraph. The drone stayed out of earshot as it inspected her, comma. Just high enough so that the sound of the propellers couldn't be heard by the child, period to paragraph. As the drone observed her, comma, the girl plucked the flower, then looked around surreptitiously left and right, comma, concerned that someone might see her, comma, that someone might disapprove of her pulling the live flower from the ground, period to paragraph. But when she didn't notice anything, comma, she didn't hesitate and bring it to her nose, comma, inhaling deeply, period to paragraph. She pulled it away then, comma, and the drone's camera picked up a small yellow smudge on her button nose from where the pollen had left its residue, period to paragraph. The girl crinkled her nose, comma, then rubbed it with the heel of her hand, comma, smearing the pollen dust up to the bridge between her eyes, period to paragraph. The drone then started to descend, comma, coming down slowly, comma, so as not to alarm the girl, period. When it was within about 15 feet of the top of her head, comma, the girl looked around curiously, comma, clearly noticing the sound and trying to identify its source, period. She looked left and right as she had done when she had plucked the flower, comma, and then her tiny brow furrowed, period to paragraph. Eventually, however, comma, her eyes drifted upwards, period to paragraph. It took a moment for the blue irises to constrict on account of looking up towards the sun, comma, but when they did, comma, and focused on the gray object slowly descending toward her, comma, a smile spread across her pretty face, period to paragraph. Then she raised the pudgy hand holding the flower and waved it back and forth and period to paragraph. The drone swayed to and fro as if returning this gesture in a robotic way, comma, and then stopped in midair, period to paragraph, start, new paragraph, new paragraph. Chase watched her niece pick the flower, comma, then lowered down to get a better look, period to paragraph. They had done this time and time again, comma, semicolon. Georgina was allowed to go out into the fields behind Chase's property, comma, provided that when she saw the drone, she knew that it was her time to observe. Time to come back home, period to paragraph. And she always listened, period to paragraph. Unlike when her mother had been a girl, comma, this Georgina listened all the time, period. Chase remembered a time when new paragraph, a sound from behind her suddenly drew her attention, comma, and Chase whipped around, comma, at the same time pulling the goggles that covered her eyes, comma, that allowed her to see from the drone, comma, from her face, period to paragraph. Open quote, easy, comma, Chase, period. It's just me, comma, close quote. A woman's voice said, period to paragraph. Like when Georgina's eyes had to adjust to the sun, comma, so did Chase's coming out of the mask and looking goggles. Bright expanse of the field seen through the goggles, and now in the dim lighting of her cabin, period to paragraph. Chase let out a breath of Chase exhaled through her mouth, period to paragraph, even though it had been 6 months since she'd been part of the FBI, comma, 6 months since the tragic events that took place at the Butterfly Gardens. Comma, years of training, first as a narcotics officer in Seattle and then as an FBI agent, comma, had her still primed for action, period to paragraph. She wondered how long it would take for her to be outside of any sort of law enforcement, for this feeling to go away, comma, this sudden act ingrained muscle memory of reacting such an alarmist fashion towards any sort of danger, period to paragraph. A year? Question mark. 2? Question mark. Never? Question mark. New paragraph. She realized that her thumb had been stuck on the joystick, and concerned that the drone had careened down towards her niece's face, comma, she let go and brought it back up. Cast a quick glance into the goggles, period to paragraph. The drone was low now, comma, but not low enough so as to collide with Georgina, period to paragraph. Open quote. Chase? Question mark, close quote, into paragraph. Chase shook her head and pulled herself out of her thoughts, period. Then she looked over at her friend, who stood in the entrance of her cabin, comma, a bag of grocery in each hand, period to paragraph. Louisa had changed too after the events at the Butterfly Gardens, period. In fact, comma, her change had probably preceded that, period to paragraph. When they'd first met back at the psychiatric facility, comma, Louisa had been a different woman, period. It wasn't just the fact that she'd lost about 40 pounds, comma, or that her hair, which had previously been curly, was now straight, comma, that her complexion wasn't pale and pasty, but now Rosie, comma. But it was something else, period, paragraph. Something that you couldn't quite see on the outside, period, paragraph. Open quote. Yeah, comma, sorry, period. I was just telling Georgina come back for lunch, period, close quote, paragraph. Louisa looked curiously at the remote control in her hand and then her goggles, period. Then she held up the two bags, period, paragraph, open quote. Perfect timing then, comma, close quote. She said, period, paragraph. Without asking if she could enter, comma, Louisa walked over to the counter and plopped the bags down, period. Then she started rooting through them, pulling out a loaf of bread, comma, package of bacon, comma, tomato, and a head of Boston lettuce, period, paragraph. Chase didn't feel hungry, comma. Chase didn't feel hungry, comma, but she knew she should eat, period, paragraph. Open quote. BLTs, question mark, close quote, into paragraph. Louisa nodded, period, into paragraph, open quote. Mike won't let me have them at home, comma. He says that the bacon has too much saturated fat or nitrates or some other such shit, period. Which means, comma, close quote, she held up the package of bacon and used one hand to reveal it like a tile on Wheel of Fortune, period, open quote. I've got to eat it here, period, close quote, in a paragraph. Chase nodded, period, to paragraph. Louisa had made a habit of coming by her place a couple times a week, comma, and while Chase knew most of the time it was just to check in on her, comma, making sure that she wasn't doing anything self-destructive, comma, she appreciated the gesture, period, to paragraph. It was just her and Georgina here, comma, and while they got along well enough, comma, it was lonely not speaking to any other adults, period, in paragraph. Open quote. Still using that drone? Question mark, close quote. Louisa asked as she turned her back to Chase and brought a frying pan out from the cupboard and placed it on the stove, period, new paragraph, open quote. Yeah, comma, close quote. Chase said softly, period. New paragraph. While Mike might not approve of his wife's choice in pork products, comma, Louisa herself didn't approve of Chase's use of the drone, period, in paragraph. And she'd made this abundantly clear on several occasions, period, in paragraph. Chase knew why, semicolon. Because it was a lens through which she could view reality, period. A lens that distorted things, comma, that put herself at arm's reach, M dash, and given the drone's range, comma, considerably greater at some times, M dash, a little separation between herself and real life, period, in paragraph. Real life that had come to a grinding halt after her sister had been brutally murdered, period, in paragraph. But Chase didn't care, period, in paragraph. She loved the drone, period. She loved the freedom of the drone afforded her, comma, the feeling that she was flying without any sort of plane around her, comma. Metal hull and plastic windows, period, in paragraph. This was different, semicolon. Flying the drone was different, comma. It made her feel like she was really there, comma, as if she were gliding effortlessly through the cool fall air, comma, grazing the blades of grass with her fingertips, period, in paragraph. Breathing in the smells, comma, taking in the sights, comma, without actually experiencing anything at all, period, in paragraph, open quote. When are you gonna let me fly the damn thing? Question mark, close quote. Louisa said as she started to arrange a layer of bacon in the pan on the stove, period, in paragraph, open quote. No chance, comma, close quote, Chase said with a chuckle, period, in paragraph, open quote. I won't crash it. comma, close quote. Louisa protested, comma, looking back at her, comma, her lips a tight line on her face, period, into paragraph, open quote. Not on purpose, comma. Close quote. Chase shot back, period, into paragraph. Louisa rolled her eyes, period, into paragraph. Louisa was a good friend, comma, one of the few that Chase put in that category, comma, and she was good at keeping Chase grounded, period. She'd been good back when they first met at the psych facility, comma, and she was good now when she came to visit, period, into paragraph. Chase felt some responsibility for the woman, comma, as well, semicolon. After all, comma, her sister and Dr. Kruk had kidnapped her because of Chase, period, into paragraph, and she nearly died because of it, period, into paragraph. But one thing the woman wasn't good at, comma, was anything mechanical, period, into paragraph. In the few years that Chase had known Louisa, comma, she knew that the woman had gotten into at least 6 car accidents, period. And these are the only ones that these were the only that Chase knew of, period, to paragraph. The ones that were beyond the regular fender bender that required her going through insurance, period, to paragraph. On many occasions, comma, Chase wondered how the woman got insurance at all, given her past record, period. She wasn't a Karen on the road, comma. She wasn't a speeding, didn't have a lead foot, semicolon. She just wasn't attentive enough, period. She'd be talking to Chase or thinking about something else and completely zoned out, and then before she knew it, comma, she was banging her head off the steering wheel as he just rear-ended the car in front of her, period, to paragraph. And there was no chance that she was going to let her drive her drone, period, to paragraph. Open quote. How's Georgina? Question mark, close quote, new paragraph. This was another common refrain from the woman, comma, one that at times Chase found annoying, period, to paragraph. After all, comma, even though Louisa had raised 4 children of her own, comma, and continued to do so, comma, Chase herself was a mother, period, to paragraph. This thought brought with it a pang of guilt, period, to paragraph. Her and she'd managed to patch things up with her husband, comma, and she spoke to Felix on the phone every week or so, period. But she wasn't ready to integrate them back into her life, comma, if that was something that XYZ would allow, period, to paragraph. After all, comma, they were hundreds of miles away, comma, in a foreign city, in a foreign country, on a foreign continent, period, to paragraph. Chase swallowed hard, period, to paragraph. The door opened, comma, and Georgina bounded in, comma, looking exactly as she had on the field, albeit with a slightly redder face and with perspiration on her brow, period, to paragraph. She still clutched the white daisy in her pudgy hand, period, to paragraph, open quote. Was I fast? Question mark, close quote. She asked, comma, still trying to catch her breath, period, to paragraph. It took Chase a moment to realize what the girl was asking, period, to paragraph. A small smile crossed her face, period, to paragraph. Open quote. You were fast, period. Probably your fastest ever, period, close quote, into paragraph, open quote. Awesome, comma, close quote, she exclaimed, period. Only then did Georgina notice Louisa by the stove, period, into paragraph, open quote. Hi, Louisa, comma, close quote, she said with a broad smile, period, into paragraph. Open quote. Hi, sweetie, comma, close quote, Louisa said, period. Georgina ran to her, comma, and Louisa gave her a tight embrace, period, into paragraph. This time it wasn't guilt that Chase felt, but jealousy, period, into paragraph. Georgina loved her, comma, this Chase knew, semicolon. But she never acted this way with her, period. She never ran to her and gave her a big hug, comma. She never gave her sloppy kisses like she did with Louisa, period, to paragraph. Chase spent hours wondering why this was and came up to one conclusion, semicolon. Even though at now 7 years old, comma, she had some understanding of life and death, comma. It was clear that the events that transpired in the Butterfly Gardens were still a confusing mess from her, period, into paragraph, and the only constant that remained was Chase, period, into paragraph. She couldn't imagine what the girl was going through, comma, what she must be thinking when she saw Chase, period, into paragraph. Do I remind her of her mom? Question mark. Does she blame me for what happened? Question mark, into paragraph. Open quote. You're gonna have to ask your mom, comma, close quote, Louisa said, period, to paragraph. Chase looked up, comma, and saw Georgina's eyes big blue eyes staring up at her, comma, pleading, period, in paragraph. The way only cute children and puppies could do, period, in paragraph, open quote. Can I? Question mark, close quote, in paragraph. Open quote. Can you what? Question mark, close quote, in paragraph, open quote. Can I go see Brandon and Lawrence? Question mark, close quote, in paragraph. Chase's expression hardened, comma, but only for a moment, period, to paragraph. She let her eyes drift from Georgina's to Louisa's, period, to paragraph, open quote. Louisa shrugged, period, to paragraph, open quote. She asked, comma, not me, period, close quote, to paragraph. Chase trusted Louisa, comma, trusted the woman with her life, period, and with Georgina's, period, to paragraph, but she wasn't quite ready to let Georgina go, comma, not quite yet, period. They both still had healing to do, period, in paragraph. She knew that if Louisa took Georgina, comma, even if it were for a few hours to see her own children, comma, to let her play with people her own age, comma, she couldn't be certain that Brandon or Lawrence wouldn't bring up Georgina's mother, period, in paragraph, wouldn't bring up what had happened to all of them, period, in paragraph, open quote. We'll see, comma, close quote, Chase said, period, in paragraph. Georgina's face fell, period, in paragraph, open quote. Come on, comma, Chase, period, let me go see them, period, I want to play, period, close quote, in paragraph, open quote. I said we'll see, comma, close quote. Chase repeated, comma, a little more sternly this time, period, in paragraph. Georgina started to pout, comma, and when Chase opened her mouth to reiterate her response a third time, comma, Louisa intervened, period, in paragraph, open quote. One day, comma, close quote, she promised, period, open quote. One day, period. But now, comma, close quote, Louisa held up a strip of bacon dripping with grease, period, open quote. But for now, comma, let's eat, period, because I'm starving, period, close quote. All right, so that's the first chapter done. 2,200 words. I'm gonna tighten it up a little bit. Like I said, I gotta get started, get going, but I'm happy with that. Gets me back into the groove. I'll catch up with some comments here. For some reason, when I had a follow there, it didn't show up the way I wanted to. Oh well. Susan asks, when is book 8 of Chase coming out? Well, you're in luck, because that is exactly what I'm working on right now. I'm hoping beginning of October. I think that's a fair. We'll see how it goes. You'll be with me live, so you'll be able to keep up. I hope to get this book done, the first draft, next week, end of next week, and then after that, I will. I'll edit it in about a week and then send it out. So let's go. Let's set a tentative date for early October. Sorry, I'm just gonna check out why that alert not worked the way I wanted it to. Boom, 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 boom. So if I test to follow. Yeah, okay. I don't know why it didn't work that time. Who knows? It's all good. What's up, Jennifer? Jennifer, send me a DM with your email address, and I'll send you a copy of First Girl Gone. And same with you, Susan. If you want a copy of this book, Vanessa as well. Ida, just DM me your email, and I'll send you a copy. Actually, you know what, guys? I think I'm gonna end the stream here. Like I said, I got some errands to run. I got something I need to do right now. But I'll be back tomorrow, 10 a.m. and I want to do a long session. I'm gonna try to hit maybe 4 hours. Oh, I know I didn't do this time. Here we go. These are the project targets. So the draft, usually try to hit about 65,000 words. I think that's a good sweet spot. And each session we'll try to put a lofty goal of 10,000 words. So for you guys number crunchers out there, you can figure out how long it's gonna take me to write this book. Today's a light day, just getting back in the groove. But like I said, I got some pretty good ideas about this book. I think this book's gonna take place in 2 major parts. The first part will be sort of this one crime that Chase is investigating, which I'll reveal to you guys tomorrow when I write the prologue. And then the second part is going to be a little bit of a different twist. Kind of, she solves one crime, and then there's a much bigger crime that she has to go after. So that's that. So that's what I'm gonna rock tomorrow. And how was the quality today, guys? I'm not getting any warnings here. I don't see any slowdown. My computer seems to be handling everything well. I hope the audio is good. Done my coffee, so I'm gonna take off. You guys enjoy your afternoon or morning or evening, wherever you are, and I'll see you again tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern. I'm gonna try to get on time. I can't even say it with a straight face, but I dropped the girls off at school, and then I hit the gym, and then I got a shower, decompress a little bit. But I'll be here at 10. Thanks, Vanessa. Thanks everyone who liked the stream. That's a way you can support the stream for free. Is just hit a like, hit a share, hit a follow. Oh, one more thing. Actually, I forgot to mention this, but there's a way to subscribe. I think on Facebook there is a button now. On my page or on the video, it should be near the bottom. It is a subscribe button. There is a small fee attached to that, and what you guys get, I'm still working out the perks here, but what you guys get is a private AMA videos that'll do only for that special group. You'll have access to that special group. There'll be discounts on merch. I'll do giveaways, and I'll do some short stories just for you guys. So if you really like the stream and you want to support it, and beyond just hitting that like and the share, think about hitting that subscribe button. One final thing too, I am working on merchandise. I've got a couple ideas. I'm working with the cover designer that did all of my Drake series and most of the Chase and Beckett series, and he's gonna come up with some pretty cool designs, and then I'm gonna throw that on some T-shirts and some totes and shit like that. And when I have that available, I'll let you guys know. It'll be some cool stuff. I'm not looking just to, do some shitty branding. I'm actually paying this guy quite a bit of money to design something that I think you guys will enjoy wearing to further support this Thrilligans, the books, the characters that you guys love, and yeah, then I don't have to worry about a clean shirt every day because I'll just throw that one on. All right, you guys take care.